Hello, good morning. Welcome to Green Team and TC Barter Show, where we talk on crypto and bartering every day. From the past couple of days, the market is moving into the downtrend. Even today, the whole Polson market is down a lot. If I share the screen and let's go on CoinGecko, see what the big market is doing, then uh, we will move to the Polson market in a minute. So let me share my screen first. So Bitcoin is still on the downtrend. We can see the price, it's standing on like $81,000. It's down like 1.5% in the 24 hours. If we talk about Ethereum, that's down a lot. If we see, where it was like 3 weeks ago, it was used to be on $3,000, and we can see it's very cheap and also down 0.6% in the 24 hours and 1% for the week. And if we see other markets, other coins, Binance is also down. Uh, these, meme coins are almost everything is red for the 24 hours. Still, some things are still up for the week, but most things are down for the 24 hours. So if I move to the Polson market, see what's happening there in the past 24 hours. So we can see in the past 24 hours, everything is red and bleeding. Pulse in itself is also down 10%. PulseX is down almost 12% in the 24 hours. Hex is down 11% in the 24 hours. But we can see some green candles for the last like 5 minutes and 1 hour. Uh, if we see Hex is up like almost 3% in the last hour, and Polson is also up like 1% in the last hour. So if I go to the watch list where I do watch like uh, Green Team token, which is called ETHTC, Ethereum Trade Credits. So ETHTC is also down 8% in the 24 hours because it's following the whole market. Even the big market is also down. The Polson market is also down a lot. If we see the chart is today we can see some red candles, but yesterday we had like some green candles. Even yesterday the market was also down. Uh, it's down 8%. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see websites and marketplaces where you can spend your ETHTC cryptocurrency directly without even selling. So if I click on ETHTC directory links, still loading. Well, we can check other websites. We can click on ETHTC recommended. And so here we can see a lot of links, our YouTube channels, and the marketplaces where you can spend your ETHTC directly. So we were doing the live stream into the our other channel, which was tcbarter.com, and unfortunately that channel hacked. So from now on, we're gonna do live on TC trademart.com. On YouTube, we're gonna put the link on our post and description, so you can join from that channel from now on. So here is like other websites, TC like tradeforadvertising.com, tctrademarket.com, Donald the Guru, where you can have your freelancing services like graphic designing and other services like virtual assistant, and we also have some other things. So here is some other websites, and if I scroll a bit, uh, I've invested like $790 like a month ago, and let's see if today I'm still in profit or I'm in loss. So I've had like 270 million ETSCC token that is like still in profit. I'm still it's standing on like almost $1,200. So ETSTC token has a green team behind it. What like green team is? is a group of people who buy their tribe token whenever they see red for the 24 hours. It's like today it is red. So they're gonna buy and make it up at least average of 2% every day. So I'm a part of green team. Dawn is a green team. So we all gonna, right now buy and make it up at least 2% a day. So what like 2% philosophy is, if I pull the chart, okay, I still need to. So what like 2% philosophy is, here is a chart. So let's say if you put like $800 in a token that you think it's gonna does averages of 2% every day, after like 37 days, it's gonna be $1,600. And after like 6 months, it's gonna be like $27,000. And if it does the same for the year, it's gonna be $1 million. But as we can see, the market, it's very volatile. You know, one day it's up and other day it's down a lot. So there is like no guarantee. If in case we achieve our goal, it's gonna make $1 million. So that's the philosophy of like green team, and that's we follow in ETHTC token. We always have a mission to make it up at least average of 2% every day. So we have a Don, and we're going to talk with him about the market and other things. Good morning, Don.
Yeah, I see ETHTC at a low bargain price today. Maybe the first thing I'm going to do is go in and buy a little bit
Yeah,
because
before that, the sad news we had, our channel got hacked, which where we had a lot of videos. So we're going live on other channel like tctrademarket.com.
TC Trade Mart,
Mart.
yeah, tctrademart.com on YouTube. Let's see, I'll share my screen here. And so the first thing that I do before is it sharing?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
You
But
see Piteous, or what do you see?
it's the whole window. So you just
Okay,
need to
let me
share the,
let me go back. So it's this one right here. That one. There
yeah,
we
that's
go.
right. Yep.
So before I start buying, what I usually do is I go to CoinGecko and I see what's happening on the big market, which is what you just did, but I still like to go check for myself. So on the big market, things are going down right now. So pretty good chance that they're going to keep going down because I don't see any green over here in the 1 hour column. So that's a point of caution to me that maybe I don't want to buy much because it could be going down more. If I go over to Deck Screener and click on a watch list, this particular watch list, I have PulseChain and mostly the Richard Hart tokens, and it's also still going down, all except for Hex. So I certainly am not going to buy very much right now because chances are it's going to go down more. But in the long run, over the next year, uh, it should be fine for me. If I go to my 2% chart and think about it, if I go and put in, let's say put in $100 today, and even though it's down right now, and even though it's going to go down some more, I think that $100, if it reverses and starts averaging 2% a day like I expect, that $100 over the next year could turn into $135,000. So even though it's down and still going down and heading down, I still feel confident putting a little bit in, knowing that eventually it'll come back, and eventually that $100, if it averages 2% a day over the year, will be $135,000. So I don't mind my $100 becoming $50 for a few days, and then eventually comes back to $100, and then eventually goes to 200, eventually goes to 135,000. But like I said, I certainly wouldn't put in 800 all at once today because it's probably going to go down some more. I certainly wouldn't put, uh, let's see, I'm just kind of stalling, waiting to see if I see things starting to go up. And I don't see them starting to go up yet. In the last hour, they're down a couple of percent. But just as a demonstration, I'll go ahead and buy 100 or 200 anyway, because I know over the next year it'll be fine. But I certainly wouldn't be putting in much right now because I'm expecting that whatever I buy is going to go down first before it goes up. But let's see, if I go here to Piteous.io and get some ETHTC, let's see, does it say I'm connected to the wallet? Check. Yeah, I think it's connected. So then let's say I put $100 in here, uh, which might turn out to be worth $50 in the next couple of days. But like I said, if I wait long enough, it'll be back to 100, it'll be to 200, and it could eventually go to 135,000. So I gotta be in the game to play the game. So let's see. Piteous.io is a website that searches around for the best deal for you. It's an aggregator, so it's going to take these dollars that I'm spending, and it's going to search around and find the best way to get the most ETHTC. And what it's going to do, it looks like, is use 85% of it to go to Pulse, and from that to ETHCC, and the other 15%, it's going to go to Pulse, and then to PulseX, and then to ETC in order to get me the best deal. But because I'm buying, perhaps I'm going to stop the falling knife and stop the downtrend. And let's see if it does help. I could be the first one to stop this falling knife. If we go over here to Deck Screener, here's some green in the last 5 minutes, which could be us. Let me see if our transaction went through. Yeah, our transaction went through. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to show up on Deck Screener. So let's refresh this. Yeah, there we go. So we are the trend. I am the trend, stopping the falling knife. So because a little bit, $100 stopped the falling knife, stopped the fall, it says to me, okay, well, nobody else is selling over my buying. Nobody else is negating my buying. So look at that. The $100 did stop the falling trend. The $100 did help. The $100 does have ETHCC up 2% in the last 5 minutes. Well, I want it up 2% for the day. So if I wait a whole day, this 2% will move over to the 24-hour column. But I'm impatient. Maybe I don't want to wait a whole day. Maybe I'd like to help a little more. Since my $100 did help at 2%, and notice whatever total I have in ETHTC, all of it went up 2%. So let's say I had $10,000 in there, and by spending $100, I raised the value of my $10,000 portfolio by 2%. Well, that's a $200 increase. So by spending $100, I got two things. I got some ETHTC that I can hold on to for a year and see how it does. But on top of that, the rest of my portfolio, my $10,000 portfolio, I'm just using that as a number, went up $200. So I spent 100 and my portfolio went up 200. That's kind of interesting. So not only do I have ETHTC for my $100, but I have a portfolio that went from 10,000. It didn't go from 10,000 to 10,100 because of my $100. It went to 10,200 because it went up 2%. So it's almost, in my mind, almost kind of like getting it for free in a way, because I spent $100 and my portfolio didn't go up $100. It went up $200. I like that. Maybe I'll try that again. So if I put in another 100, let's say I put in 200 now. Let's see what happens. So my green team participation helped stop the falling. It helped stop the falling knife. And this is shopping around getting me the best deal again. But because nobody else is selling right now, I'm really helping the value of my portfolio. So now I've spent $300, and hopefully the portfolio went up. Let's say let's say it's a $10,000 portfolio. Let's see if it went up more than 3%. Even if it just went up 3%, I'm okay. But if it went up more than 3%, it's almost kind of like I got my $300 worth for free. Look, it went up almost 4%, 3.52%. So not only did I get my $300 worth, but I got an extra 0.52% on top of that increase in the total portfolio value. And even if the portfolio value only went up 3% and I spent 3%, it's still kind of like getting them for free, in my opinion, because I spent 300, but now my entire 10,000 is up 300. So now I've got a 600 benefit because I got $300 of the tokens. And on top of that, the value of the portfolio increased by an additional 3%. So my portfolio would be 10,300 plus a 3% increase. 10,300 with a 3% increase is another 300. So now my portfolio is worth 10,600 because I bought 300. So now it's 10,300 value, but then the whole thing went up 3%. 3% times 10,000 is another 300. So that's 10,600. So I'm coming out ahead playing this game. Not only that, I'm helping the green team, helping this get back to an average of 2% a day or better. Fantastic, don't you think? So what happens? So let's say I put 300 today into the green team, a token, the ETHTC. The obviously the value of my portfolio, and I'm not saying I have 10,000 there, I'm just using it as numbers. My value of my portfolio went from 10,000 to 10,300, but then it went up 3%. So now it's 10,600. You can check all that at dbank.com. I don't like to show the actual value of each wallet that I have on YouTube, but you can go to dbank.com, put in your public address, and you'll see what happens. If you've got a portfolio that's 10,000, you spend 300, now it's worth 10,600 all of a sudden. If that $300 purchase also raised the price 3%. That's a big if. Of course, you got to make sure it's somebody's doing some selling, so now it's only up 2% instead of 3%. So the lesson is go to dbank.com and put in the I think I've just got a sample account in here, so I think I can show it right now. Let's see. No, this is a different account that I don't want to show. So I'll stay away from that right now. But it's dbank.com, and you can put in your public address there, and you can watch it go from 10,000 to 10,300, 10,600, and so on. And it's nice because it looks up all the tokens that you have at that public address, so that's good. So what do I do if I put in, let's say over a period of a year, I put in $50 here, $50 there. I got $800 in there, and I see that it's increasing an average of 2% a day. Some days down 10%, some days up 10%, but average 2%. That $800, if I leave it for a year, could turn into $1 million worth of portfolio value. Well, $1 million worth of portfolio value doesn't say that you can sell it that day for $1 million. You can't, because there's not enough liquidity. When you go over here to Dex Screener and check the liquidity, you're not going to find $1 million worth of liquidity, which means you can't sell $1 million worth all at once. You wouldn't even want to sell $500,000 all at once. So what can you do? Well, you can spend some. If you spend it instead of selling it, it doesn't crash the price at all. It doesn't hurt the 2% a day philosophy at all. So the smart thing to do once you've got $1 million in there could be to spend it instead of selling it. So how can I spend it? Heck, I could spend $20,000 a month, and that's only 2% of the $1 million. If the whole portfolio only went up 2% in a whole month instead of 2% a day, I've still got $20,000 a month that I can spend without touching my $1 million, total portfolio value. So part of the green team concept is to buy a little bit when you can, buy a little bit when it's red, $50, $10, $100, $500. Eventually, most green team participants want to get around $800 in there and watch it grow. After 37 days, it doubles, 1,600 if the goal is reached. After a year, it's $1 million, and all it cost you was $800 plus sit around and wait a year. So once you got the $1 million, what are you going to do? Where can you spend this ETHTC? Well, I think Harris already showed you that you can go to Deck Screener and look at the list of places where you can spend it. Here's several websites where you can spend your ETHTC. And when you go to this website and you spend it, it's not selling. It's not reducing the price. It's not causing a red candle. You're just transferring from one account to another. When you spend, you're transferring from one account to another. You're not selling. So it's not on this chart. It's not going to be a red candle. You're just transferring it over to somebody else, and they transfer to somebody else, and they transfer to somebody else, and nobody's selling. And therefore, you're spending your $1 million without selling. Where did our chart go? So if you've got $1 million in here, you've got $20,000 a month you can go spend without affecting anything, without affecting your $1 million total value, without causing a red candle, without causing the price to go down, because you're just transferring. Well, where can you transfer? Here's a half a dozen or more websites where you can do it. My favorite is to go to tcbarter.com or tctrademark.com. Here's tc trade. Let's see. tctrademark.com. tctrademark.com, you've got 2,500 people participating, advertising what they have and what they want. And let me just click on this, see if I can get there. Is it working? It's thinking. So here's a whole list of people, and it shows what they have available and what they want. And a lot of them want ETHTC. What do you know? I can go buy a car, I can buy a restaurant gift cards, I can buy, whatever they're offering here. Now, what's this curious thing? What's this other thing? TC. Well, let me show you. If you go to tcbarter.com, which is another website, so TC Trademark is one, tctrademark.com. There's also tcbarter.com, almost the same thing. You sign in here, and you will find all sorts of stuff that you can buy with TC or ETHTC. Well, what's TC? TC is trade credits that are not on the blockchain. ETHTC is on the blockchain. So whenever you spend it, buy, sell, trade with it, there's the blockchain fee. There's the fee, the small fee that you pay to the PulseChain network. It's only pennies, but there's still a fee. And also, when you're trading on the blockchain, you are doing it in a public way because blockchains are public. If somebody knows your public address because they bought or sold with you, they can also look and see what addresses you got your ETHTC from, what addresses. They can see how much you have. They can see where you spend it. And that's true of all crypto. It's true of Bitcoin. It's true of Ethereum. It's true of all crypto. When you do business with somebody and buy or sell or exchange with any crypto, the person that you're dealing with can see the addresses you got it from. They can see how much you have. They can see how much, where you spent it, where else you spent it in terms of the public addresses. But when you change your ETHTC into TC, which is off the blockchain, it's now private. Nobody can see where you got it, how much you have, or where you spent it. And also, there's no blockchain fees. There's no fees at all. You can register yourself here at tcbarter.com, and it's free. There's no charge. And when you transfer TC here, it's also free of any charges. There's no exchange fee. There's no blockchain fee. There's no transfer fee. There's no membership fee. There's no advertising fee. It sure beats using MasterCard, right? So how does this work? Well, how do you get TC that's off the blockchain? Well, one thing you can do is you can trade your blockchain stuff straight across to get it off the blockchain. You can buy TC with your blockchain ETHTC or other cryptocurrency at the current DEX screener or CoinGecko value. So you can transfer it off the blockchain into tcbarter.com, and then from there on, those particular credits, you don't have to pay any fees. Another way you can earn TC at tcbarter.com, you can place a free listing and just earn some. You can be one of the sellers, sell dental work, sell house painting, tree trimming, auto repairs, whatever, and earn some. You can also sell vehicles, boats, vacation rentals, real estate. You can also place products and gift certificates in the TC store on consignment. And you can also tell people about all this. And if you do, and they enroll for free, and you enrolled for free, then you get 10 TCs for telling them about it. You just have to go get your unique referral link and send that to them. And then when they put in a complete listing, that means they put in either a selfie or a product photo and their email and make a complete listing. Then you'll automatically get 10 TCs for free just for referring them. So to get your referral link, you go over here to, where does it say? Invite a friend. And here you can either show them your QR code or you can click copy right here next to this big long code, copy, and then send that to them by text or by email. And then they click on that and they enroll from that, and you get your 10 TCs. So let's see. This talks about how to get TCs. This talks about the green team. And you already heard the green team is a band of people, a tribe of people that have selected one particular token to help keep it averaging 2% a day. Some days they won't succeed, sometimes they will, but if over the year it averages 2% a day, your $1,000 that you put in there turns into 1.3 million. It goes up by 1,300% in a year. If you take 2% a day increase and compound it every day for a year, comes out to a 1,300% increase. That beats 5% at the bank, I'll say. And all the time, you're not having to pay MasterCard fees while you're buying and selling with it. There's no commitment. It's not financial advice. If you want to join the team, you can check YouTube every day at 8 a.m. Mountain Time for a new video like this one that we're doing, and we talk about it. There's the YouTube channel, tctrademart.com. So the goal is 2% a day increase for ETHTC. And if you're successful, if the team is successful, the $800 could turn into $1 million portfolio. Not to sell, but to spend, and spend a little bit at a time so you keep your $1 million in there. That would be what I would do. There's no guarantees. It's just a fun goal for us all. If you go to tcbar.com and click on this link that says, what did it say? It says join the green team, then you can get this short URL that'll take you to your chart where you can put in, okay, I put in, how much did I put in today? $300. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser to be able to make a change. Harris, change that for me to $300.
All right.
Oh, there we go. I'm in the right browser. I guess it was just thinking. Okay, so $300 that I put in today could become $400,000 over the next year. So when I have $400,000 in there, if I spend 2% a month, that's how come that didn't come out right? 400,000, 10% is 40,000, 5% is 2. Oh, I put 5%. That's why. So at 400,000, I've got 8,000 a month I can go spend without affecting my portfolio total. Because that's just assuming it goes up 2% a month instead of 2% a day. If it goes up 2% a month, my 405, I got an extra 8,000 in there that I can sell or spend. Am I going to sell it? No, because if I sell $8,000 out of 400,000, it'll make my 400,000 go down by more than 8,000. Just like when you buy, it goes up by more than what you spent. If you sell, it also makes it go down by more than what you sold. And I don't want to make it go down. So what I want to do is just spend the profit or spend a little bit. So I could spend 8,000 a month here, and I'd only be using up 2% a month, and hopefully it's still going up 2% a day anyway. So I'm only taking one day's worth and spending it, but I'm not selling it. I'm not selling it, creating a red candle. I'm buying with it at any of these websites or over here at tcbarter.com. Where is tcbarter.com on here? Oh, right here. I'm over here at tcbarter.com and I'm trading it to get TC credits at TC Barter. Look at all these restaurants where I can go eat. And what did it cost me? Well, my $300 got me a whole lot. My $300 got me where did my $300 go? My $300 got me $8,000 I can spend on restaurant meals this month without affecting the balance. What did that $8,000 of the restaurant meals cost me? $300, and still I got 400,000 left in there. This is after a year, of course. I waited and I patiently hoped for the green team to be successful, and I helped a little bit myself whenever I could. I put in another $10, $50, $100. So as a team, the tribe, the green team, is concentrating on this one particular token. Why? Because as it eventually goes up, we as a team follow the philosophy of not selling, but instead spending. Where do we spend? At all these different websites or over here at tcbarter.com. And what do we spend it on? Here's a whole list of restaurants where we can go eat, basically eating for free because we're just using our profit. We can call DoorDash and have the food delivered to us. We can call Uber Eats and have the food delivered. It covers the delivery fee and the food. We can go to IHOP nationwide with a gift card. So you don't take your TC directly to IHOP restaurant. You contact TC Barter and change your TC into a gift card that's good at IHOP. You have to go to IHOP with the actual gift card. It's like a credit card. So that when you go to the cashier, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm going to pay with TC Barter." She's going to say, "What's that?" You just pull out your gift card that you already bought from TC Barter, swipe it through the credit card machine just like if it was a credit card. Boom, you're out the door. So there's no discussion. You just pull out your gift card and pay with that. Same at Subway sandwiches. You can eat nationwide at Subway sandwiches. There's Uber Eats. There's DoorDash. Here's a bunch of different restaurants. You can go to the movies at Cinemark nationwide USA and pay for your snacks, drinks, and the movies. And you're doing it with your profits from the green team, right? And what's that costing you? Just some of your profits, and you're not spending. You're not making a red candle. You're not a trader. You're not selling. You're spending, not selling. Go to Top Golf nationwide. Well, that's my speech. Oh, look at this TC Social Hub. There's also a place kind of like Twitter, kind of like Facebook, where you can go and play around. This is brand new, so there's hardly anybody listed on here yet, but that's up and coming. So what's Green Team? It's a group of supporters who consistently buy the token whenever it experiences red candles, whenever it's down. They buy what they can afford. And if that token increases by an average of 2% a day for a year, an additional investment of $8,000 could turn into $10 million in portfolio value. You can't go out and sell it for $10 million. There's not enough liquidity, but you can take out a little bit and go spend it every month and eat free all over the place, or buy a car, or buy whatever's being offered at tcbarter.com. If the green team succeeds in achieving this 2% average daily increase for a year, the results for you could be remarkable. Here's the links. I'm done, Harris.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that's all for today. We have covered crypto and bartering in a great way. So crypto market is down. So in the meantime, we can consider the bartering. Uh, they can go visit tcbarter.com and other marketplaces. We have put it all the links in our YouTube description, so they can go and watch all those like websites. So that's all for today. We do this live stream every day, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Uh, if you want to join, you can email us at donaldtheguru@gmail.com. We're gonna send you the link, or you can watch our show on YouTube at tcbarter, tctrademart.com. So thank you so much for watching. We're gonna talk to you the same time tomorrow. Have a great day.
Thanks for coming. Join the green team. See you soon.